watching QTV this morning, and I'm Jenna Bosonko here with my amazing co-host Ibrahim Abalde, as well as our guest Mr. Adedrami. Oh, I'm so sad I missed the show yesterday, but I'm glad that I'm here today. We had to go take care of some academic business. Yeah.
It was good. It was good yesterday.
Nice.
Enjoyed it, yes.
Hope he didn't.
No, it was cool.
Hope he didn't disturb you yesterday, because you guys don't get along sometimes.
I am a very calm person, and everybody.
Really?
I am undisturbable.
Really? So you can handle him?
He said he's undisturbable.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's my
But
first time
people,
of hearing that word.
I just made it up.
yes, it's acceptable.
It works,
All these words are made by someone.
Yeah.
So it's okay for people to just come up with their own words, and it works.
And you know, we have a person that watch our program in Madrid, Spain.
Yeah.
You know, by the name Banki O Sinjai.
And he's the first secretary.
Yes, the first secretary at the Gambian embassy in Madrid,
Nice.
Spain. When are we going to Madrid?
Yeah, we should plan a trip to Madrid.
We should plan a trip to Madrid.
Beautiful.
At least go
because
for,
you know, I've never been to Europe before. Just UK.
Go for
but I've never been
Apart
to
from UK?
I've never been to Europe.
Ooh,
so I really need
I think this one will be.
we need to start packing our bags.
I mean, Banki, I mean, if you are just watching.
Banki, get us to Madrid.
We are planning a trip to
Ñun
Madrid.
bañuñ dara.
Wow, ñun bu nekkee soxluñ first class hotel, soxluñ dara.
Ñun we can be in your room.
Wow.
And just get us an economic class ticket. And we are good to go.
Send the invitation letter.
Send the invitation letter and we'll get it sorted.
Like my friend said to me, boy, do you think it's necessary if we go Day of Judgment and they tell you go to the first, second heaven? He said to me, if I have the veranda, it's okay. I don't need to go inside.
Yeah, just the veranda
Only the
will
veranda is okay.
He's being honest. Yeah, so we're already 5 minutes late. So we apologize for that. So we'll just head right on to the African proverb now.
Whoever comes last drinks muddy water from the Gambia. Whoever comes last drinks muddy water. I mean, this proverb is tasting Gambian. Wow. Ku mujé ñew nga naan poto poto.
Mujé. Well,
and you call it poto poto.
Poto poto is muddy water.
But poto poto comes from tree. It's like from Ghana, and yet we use it in Sierra Leone.
Yeah,
well.
poto
Ghanaians, and so do the Jamaicans.
They also use poto poto for mud.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened? I hope they are not eating poto poto.
No, they're not eating poto
because
poto.
Because they eat everything.
That's an interesting
proverb.
He who drinks last. I guess it's about. I don't know if you take it on a wider scale.
Yeah, they're. I don't know.
If things are being handed out, the person who gets the last lot ends up with the worst of it rather than the best of it.
Not in all instances.
No, not in all instances. There are instances where you wait. Like for example, the phrase "He who laughs last
laughs the best."
Laughs the best.
The patient dog eats the fattest bone.
The fattest bone, which is probably not true, but But if the patient dog, the other dogs have finished it, there's nothing for that patient dog.
I agree.
There's nothing for that. But it's an intriguing one. I'm not sure that I like Jennifer says, I'm not sure I fully agree. But there are some instances where,
it's applicable in certain instances, and it's not applicable in certain instances.
In others, it's not.
Because to achieve certain things, for me, sometimes you don't need to be the first.
Yeah, you just need to wait.
You just need to wait, and it comes, and then you get the benefits. And sometimes because somebody goes first with maybe lack of experience, you can always learn from the person who went the first. And then so being the last means they are already people who are experienced, and you've learned from their mistakes.
No, I was going to say you avoid their mistakes.
Yeah, so you learn from their mistakes or avoid their mistakes either way. But there are obviously certain things as well that you have to be on your feet. You have to be quick to get them, because the moment you take time to get them, you are going to lose it. So it's a two-way thing, I guess.
Well, society have been, have gone backward to an extent whereby if you want to get certain things quickly, they'll call you greedy. Dafa greedy.
True.
If you want to get it quickly.
If you want to get it quickly, you want to do everything quickly, they call you greedy. They call you, you want to get everything.
Yep.
But you are trying to. We've gone backward. That's always, we've always.
Well, that's how society thinks.
But at least you expect that as things go in this day and age, people will accept people's ambitions. But that's not the case.
It's if you want it too quickly, then that's greed. But there's a difference between haste and speed. They're not the same thing. You know, haste means too quickly. Speed means just fast.
Yeah.
You know, you might want to go on a fast track, but if you're jumping, you know, cutting corners, and that's why we have all these accidents.
Well, Mr. Ade, you cannot remove speed from haste. They are all the same.
No.
But
Haste
anyway,
and speed, they are all brothers.
Mr. Ade, sometimes
They're
they're just
brothers,
people
but
who,
they're not twins.
They are not twins.
who
They're not
are
identical
accompanied by
twins.
luck,
Yeah.
whereby whatever they reach out for, it just comes automatically to them.
Also, it seems to others, but not to them. For some of
Yes.
those people, they've worked hard for something,
They
but
have.
because they haven't bragged about working hard, it seems as if it just fell into their lap.
Yeah,
But it's not
well,
always
that
the
is
case.
why,
It
you
always
know,
seems-
that is why it's okay to put your when you get things, put it out there to motivate the next person. It's okay. You know, I don't take it as bragging. You know, just put it out there, because you do not know when you put up your successes out there, which little girl in a corner you can
Inspire.
you know. For Oprah, for example,
Yeah, it
she's put
reminds
out
me.
her stuff. You know,
Yeah.
her stuff are
Her
like
jo-
out there.
Like
Yeah.
her journey
Her
to
journey
where
is
she
like
got,
out there.
For example,
and
look at where
it's
she is
success.
now.
Yeah. So with
Yeah.
that, you know, she was able to inspire a lot of people. But when you say, "Oh, I'm putting it in a bag and close it," then it's meaningless to me, personally.
Yeah, but this Poto thing, I remember I went to an event where, and the person who was catering for the event said, "Oh, I've done your favorite, which
Yeah.
is akara, what we call rice akara, with the rice flour, banana, cinnamon, and sugar." And she said, "It's over there." And I said, "Don't worry, it looks like there's a lot." By the time I got there, there was nothing left. I was so furious.
You ate the mud.
There was not even mud to eat. There wasn't even mud
They
to
left
eat.
you with bowls and plates.
The plate was empty. I couldn't believe it. Because when I was standing, like, 10 feet away from it, it looked like a mountain of stuff. And I looked at the people and I thought,
Why?
there aren't
Yeah.
enough people to
Yeah.
finish this.
Yeah.
Boy, by the time I got there, I queued up.
Yeah.
And she was like, I said, "Yeah, don't worry." I said, "I can see."
Yeah.
There was nothing. Nothing.
But
just
anyway,
the empty
sorry.
bowl.
I need some break to be able to laugh this out. So we're just gonna go for a short break to allow us to laugh about
May
this,
you
because
laugh
it's just-
in peace.
It's too much. Let's go for a short break.
Laugh in peace. We'll be back.
And you were like, "Oh, I'll go."
The art of juggling is a true spectacle of agility, coordination, and speed. A symbol of progression, precision, and mastery. "5G speed is like having the juggler in your pocket. With lightning-fast download and upload speeds, you'll easily be able to juggle even the busiest workdays. Whether you're a busy entrepreneur, a creative, or just someone who wants to stay connected, juggle your tasks with ease with QCell 5G speed. The future is here. It's fast, reliable, and efficient. First brought to you by QCell. We innovate, others follow.
QCell mooy suñu boss. QCell mooy suñu boss. QCell mooy suñu boss. Soro. Go. Ebe dawa full network suuta tili. QCell. Ni lafta diam.
Welcome back from that break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. Ibrahim,
Yeah.
good to be back.
So we are back, and we still have to say hello to our guy. I mean, he sent a message.
The one that wants to take us to Madrid.
Banki Osinjai,
We're definitely going to Madrid then.
First secretary at the Gambia Embassy in Madrid. Banki, hello from Mr. Ade,
Indeed.
Jainaba, and Balde.
And Banki, we're expecting those letters any minute now.
Any minute to take
Yeah.
us to Madrid.
Invitation letters.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we are looking forward to that. We are
Yeah.
open for
We are open.
we are open for holiday, for vacation in Madrid.
And I've already told them that Madrid is a beautiful
And
city.
it's November. November, December is obviously
Yeah.
holiday.
You'll see January Sabana.
Yeah,
We don't mind.
We're still in October.
Ñaaka rek la
Oh, we're
ñëw.
still in October, but
Oh,
October is
okay.
ending soon.
Soon.
Yeah.
And November is like the best.
Today
But
is
you guys, I don't know, for some reason, when is it winter in Gambia? Because I'm not feeling it coming in. Because it's supposed to like creep in gradually.
I know this one will come around.
We have 2 seasons in here. We have rain season and the dry season.
I know, I'm just saying that.
So I don't know why I hear winter.
Winter as in Gambian winter.
We call it the cold season.
Mr. Ade, stop hating on us.
The cold season.
I always laugh when I hear winter.
No, stop hating. You know why?
You're expecting snow.
We understand our season, that it's just true. But we just want to make it, we just want to add some glitter.
We have Hamatan
but I
sometimes.
Think, I think we have the cold season. That's around December.
Is that like
around December? That's where you look.
Mr. Ade is calling it Hamatan.
No, we have our own.
That's where you the Hamatan win. When you look
in Europe, they have 4 seasons. We have 2.
Fall.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall.
Hamatan used to be very interesting during school days.
But
where you look at a person
and you
and
see
the
the
person
white.
will be white.
What I want to know is, when is this starting? Because I can't feel by right, it's supposed to come in.
No, not around now. Because now there's a reason why this is our tourism season. Because it's hot. We've been complaining about the heat.
Okay.
It's around end of November to December.
It's not even beginning of November.
End of November, December. That's the time we're expecting it.
Towards December.
Towards
but
December.
Previously, when I was little, it used to come.
No, October. That's
things
as I
have
said.
changed.
There's
Climate change,
Climate change, I know, right?
But there's a reason why our tourism season starts at October. It's because this is where you graduate from the rain season to the hot, dry season.
Yeah, and then you get into that.
And then it gets.
Janawa, if you can remember, August used to be the time where we expect more rains in the Gambia. And after August, the rainy season ends. It stopped.
Yeah.
But now you see it's extending.
Into October.
Yeah, it's telling you how climate change is really
I think it's
affecting our lives.
I hope it's
No,
ended.
it will.
Because
it
it
will
makes
rain.
because today the skies looked a bit moody in the morning, and I thought, oh no, I was going to leave my umbrella, but I brought it just in case. But I hope it's ended because really the roads get messy.
Yeah, the rainy season is
I
just
think
difficult.
it's bad.
It's not good here.
Yeah, it's a very difficult. But then we saw flights coming in.
Yeah, well, we've seen at least 2.
Yeah.
And they're
Corendon
and Gambia Experience.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, last night I was with Francis Jibril. We went to Senegambia around 9 p.m. Yes, we were there.
You need to disclose that?
We
I
were
was
there
around then as well.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah.
You know, at some point
I just hope you took permission because you're saying it on TV.
I said to Jibril, this is the time that Mr. Ade cruised from work, around 9 p.m.
Really?
We went there, and I was really surprised to see the whole area packed with tourists. I was like, Jibril, look at this place. I mean, it's like Europe. I mean,
but hope
the
you
only
took
people that you see is tourists.
Buba is my witness because he was in my car.
Yeah.
I was actually going to a supermarket, but when I got there, it had closed because they sell these plantain chips that I like. They have all sorts, but I don't like the salty one. I like the sweet one.
Yeah.
So, but they were closed. But you're right. There were a lot of tourists.
We have them.
There.
So
There were a lot of tourists. I'd gone there on Sunday, and it was empty on Sunday, pretty much. There were a few tourists around. But in the craft market, I think there was myself and 5 or 6 tourists. But yesterday, around 9 o'clock, just after maybe 10 past 9, there were a lot.
It's picking up.
The bars were full.
It seems to be picking up, right?
It's coming gradually. I think a lot of work should be done, to attract more tourists to the Gambia. They also need to look at our heritage sites because, like we normally always say, tourists are not here only for good hotels, comfortable houses. They have them at their in their countries, but they are here to see things that they have not been seeing in their countries. So what are we offering?
Well, many of them don't have sandy beaches like ours, which is why they come here. But you're right. I mean, the tourism board have said they estimate, based on bookings so far, about 206,000 for this tourist season.
That's not good.
Which is it's
better.
It's better than because it shows that it's picking up
from
after
the COVID and everything.
COVID-19 time when
where are we coming from?
Severely impacted. So it's good. We won't mention other countries, but
For my country, Cape Verde, we are talking of getting 1 million this time.
They're expecting 1 million.
At least 1 million tourists.
Yeah, but that's remarkable.
That's at a different, obviously.
It's a different level.
It's a different level.
But they are our neighbors.
Yeah, so we can just learn from them.
We'll learn from them.
I don't know if the
they have a
board
place
has
called,
ever done a study tour, maybe.
I don't think they have. Not there anyway. They should. But there's a place called Cidade Velha, which just means old city. it's the oldest European settlement anywhere in the tropics,
Right.
and it's on Cape Verde.
Nice.
And it's a heritage site, and they get thousands of tourists go there and visit because it's the first time anywhere outside of Europe that Europeans built structures, so that makes it a World Heritage site, not just, so, and they've really capitalized on that, and so they get lots and lots of people. And as you say, we have heritage sites too, and we should build on them, and we should promote them
work on it.
Yeah.
more than we do.
Although GT Board, they did a wonderful, GT Board and the Ministry of Tourism, they did a wonderful job at Kirbach. The stone circles, Wasu and Kirbach.
I went there.
Yeah, but Wasu is dilapidated. I mean, but for Kirbach, well, it's a very nice place, although it is very far.
At Wasu, there's a nice, polite...
a lot of things are not happening there. I think these heritage sites need to attract a lot of people, a lot of activities. People do a lot of things there. But
if you go to heritage sites, like there's one called Stonehenge in England, which is a stone circle, there are tons of restaurants and that cater for the people who come there. You go to the stone circles here, there's nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Sister, have you gone to Wasu before?
I went.
You went to Wasu?
I was about to say that when I went there, it made me smile because the gate was locked and there's a polite message asking people not to climb over the wall because the wall is so low. You can just but out of respect, I didn't, so I took pictures.
If you look at the heritage sites, Wasu and Kiribati, I was there. In fact, I think I went with Musa Balde. We were there the other time.
Right.
We have a lot to offer, a lot of things, but it's just a matter of taking good care of it.
Yeah, of course.
There are things that people want to see, but they are not taken care of.
It's this kind of lack of maintenance culture that we always complain about. That feeds into that, and if we had it, then we would look after places like that, and we would promote places like that. So that's it's a problem. But
that is what it is.
Yeah, I think that is all we have time for.
Okay,
but
cool.
thank you so much,
soon?
Mr. Ade, for joining
You are
us.
ejecting Mr. Ade so soon?
I'm being ejected.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ade, for joining us. It's always good to have you here.
Always
nice.
good to be
I
here.
love your, I don't know what's it called.
From the craft market.
This from the craft market.
Yeah?
At
I think
Senegambia.
it's so sexy.
From a Mr. Adama.
Like as in, not with me, no, not on Mr. Ade. Mr. Ade, what I mean is on a man.
Yeah, cool.
Like normally, it's like, I love it when men wear stuff.
Cool.
He just
Like,
said it is too sexy.
no, I
One
didn't mean
here,
it.
one here.
It has like, you can define it however.
Yeah.
But
he's a naughty boy.
he is. But it's so, I like it so much. It
cool,
looks
it's cool.
really good on you.
Yeah, from Mr. Adama Sumare at the craft market.
Oh, it's really nice. I love it. I like it. Yeah.
We can do a lot of things.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Mr. Ade, thank you. We'll just go for a short break, and when we come back, the show continues.
Yeah, me and my sexy bracelet, eh?
Kiusel moy suñu boss. Kiusel moy suñu boss. Kiusel moy suñu boss. Soro. Go. Ebeda wada full network suda tili. Kiusel. Ni lafta diamula wati jamala mune diata. Kiusel. Most reliable network jumala keta wati. Kiusel. Wo quality man nyon soda jam. Ona manke Kiusel. Hanibe wulo ni farole kono walante be bako na jala fayola network o se taria. Kiusel. Suñu boss. Nyo finjeka indi 3G ñu delu taxi 4G plus and now we bring you 5G. 5G. First and only 5G provider. Suñu boss. Itela follow adi doron nesa keno. Suñu boss. Gambia bela nyon tawo fele Kiusel. Suñu boss. Ko fasunta buka busi Kiusel. Suñu boss. Itela molti milka kukutol nati Gambia. Kiusel meta lori la kiliano yele imanjina amanda wala itela ka quality dila dadi ma itele silo wala wodol mume be keno ma. Kiusel suñu boss. Kiusel suñu boss. Kiusel suñu boss. Kiusel suñu boss. Connection be bambandi Kiusel suñu boss. Kiusel most innovative Kiusel suñu boss.
The future is now. With QCell's 5G network, experience speeds like never before with our new 5G Rocket Fixed Internet plan. Get speeds from 10 Mbps to 100 Mbps. Your 5G-enabled device. Walk into QCell headquarters to get one of our 5G routers and experience the true feeling of 5G. Only with QCell. QCell brings you the future. Tech, innovation, incredible speed. The future is now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
QCell brings you the future with our ultimate bundles. Enjoy the best voice and data bundle plans in one package. Get unlimited data packages with flexible validity and enjoy what true internet feels like. Get 30 minutes of on-net and off-net calls with 5 gigabytes of data for just $350. Or get bigger bundle packages from 10 gigabytes to 20 gigabytes with over 100 on-net and off-net voice calls and enjoy the fastest internet speed in the Gambia. You can also buy 1-day, 3-day or even 7-day packages and enjoy unlimited data bundles with uncapped speeds. Just dial *343# today and experience the limitless capabilities of the QCell network. *343# should be your favorite code to dial now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, we innovate, others follow.
Step into the Espas Motors showroom for your luxurious name brand vehicle. Located along the Bertil Harding Highway, Espas Motors is the Gambia's authorized dealer for Chery, Kia, Ford, and now we bring you the new Peugeot Model 3008 SUV. 18-inch alloy wheels, 216 inches high ground clearance, keyless entry system, start and stop button, rear parking assistance system with reverse camera, adaptive cruise control with speed limit, LED daytime running lights, front and side airbags, 8-inch HD touchscreen. Not to forget our exquisite Peugeot Landtrek double cabin pickup with 2.1-liter diesel engine, 6-speed manual transmission 4x4, hill descent control, LED daytime running lights. Espas Motors, the authorized dealer for Peugeot. Visit us today or call us on 35-2222 or 353-4444.
Looking for the perfect place to promote your...
In May this year, the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology officially inaugurated a committee comprising highly experienced retired senior civil servants and academics tasked with the responsibility of transforming the Management Development Institute into a civil service college. On Wednesday, 4th October, the committee submitted its report setting out a framework that will guide the transformation. Receiving the report, the Minister for Higher Education, Professor Pierre Gomez, paid tribute to the committee for developing the comprehensive guide. He urged civil servants to remain patriotic as they lead government's delivery of the country's development needs.
But I want to thank the entire team on behalf of His Excellency President Barrow for the quality service that you've done. Despite some of the challenges, sometimes we will not respond to your needs in terms of logistics, but you never complain. That's another level now. And I'm talking to the junior civil servants. This is the message. This is the message. This is the university. What they have done, this is the core, a course on civil service that they have rendered today that people need to learn.
Professor Gomez also assured the committee that their recommendations will be tabled before Cabinet as submitted without any alterations. Suleiman Samba, chairman of the committee, says the report was compiled following extensive research and consultations with experts.
We have made sure that we have aligned the transformation of the MDI to the policy hierarchy of the government of the Gambia, that is the relevant aspects, namely the pillars in the National Development Program Plan, particularly Pillar 2 on governance, Pillar 4, which is your own pillar, on equitable and relevant access to education for all. We have also consulted and dealt with the sector policies, your 2016 to 2030 policy, the relevant aspects, your strategic plan. We have also dealt with the civil service reform program.
The submission of the report is a significant step towards the government's civil service reform, aimed at enhancing professionalism, capacity and efficiency of the civil service. This will begin the restoration of the civil service which was once among the most respected.
Yeah, that was the handing over ceremony of the report on the transformation of MDI into a civil service college. And we are joined by Mr. Muhtar M.Y. Dabo, who is the Deputy Permanent Secretary, Technical at the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology. Thank you so much, Mr. Dabo, for joining us on the program. So I guess the story has already laid the foundation for the conversation. So just to take us through, what are some of the recommendations that you can share with us in relation to what is in the report?
Okay, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be in this morning show. I would just, in summary, from the perspective of the ministry, without going into the details of the committee's report, the transformation of MDI into a degree awarding institution is part of a broader tertiary and higher education transformation program of the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology. You would recall that in the last few years, the GTI has been successfully transformed into the University of Science, Engineering and Technology. So the same transformation is already working on. There is another committee working on transforming the Gambia College into the University of Teacher Education. So the transformation cannot be complete if we leave out the most essential element of government, which is the civil service. So the ministries see it fit to transform the Management Development Institute to a public, to a civil service college or university. So this is what the committee has been tasked to look at how that transformation can be done and to come up with a roadmap that will lead to the transformation of MDI into a civil service college or university.
So when this turns into a civil service or a college, is there going to be some compulsory, regulations attached to it as to persons in the civil service? Because, for example, in Kenya, there's the Kenya School of Government where, civil servants have to pass through there to actually reach a certain position in the civil service. So is it going to be the same with this, where that there has to be a pattern that civil servants have to follow, to reach a certain point?
Yes, in the committee's work, they have understudied a number of similar institutions around the world, including that of the Kenya School of Government. The recommendations of the committee are, looking into the professionalization of the civil service. So obviously there will not just be regulation, but there is need to develop new legal instruments that will empower the MDI, the transformed MDI, to make it mandatory for civil servants to go into MDI, get qualification to be able to be admitted into the civil service. You recall this country had the best civil service in the past. And we were the first destination for other countries to come and see how our civil service has been working. And in the past, we used to have civil service entrance examinations. Part of the committee's recommendations is to reintroduce that civil service examination. But also to look at how, part of the recommendation is also to look at how civil servants, what kind of training they need to undergo to be promoted into the different levels of the civil service. For example, to become a DPS, there is a particular promotional exams that you need to sit through, so that the ministry responsible for the public service can ascertain, can verify with certainty that you have what it takes to handle that new position.
So, okay.
Yes, I want to know how sustainable is this at some point. It's important for us to know the sustainability of this.
Thank you. Basically, you're asking me to summarize the committee's recommendation. What they have done, what the committee has done, is to recommend a mixed method approach to financing and sustaining the transformed MDI. Well, you will recall that government provides a good number of funding for all the tertiary and higher education institutions, which is the ministry is pursuing to increase government's provision of funds to these institutions. And MDI becoming a civil service college would have a renewed relevance. And most of the consultancies and research work will become more prominent. And part of the committee's recommendations is to factor in the need of the private sector as well, and be able to encourage public-private partnerships in the running of its program. So there is in the report a recommendation for a mixed financing model, so that the programs and the institution itself can be sustained. Yeah.
So moving away from that, does the report also highlight the entry requirements? You know, its entry requirements. Obviously, when it comes to the civil service, you can always use the person's experience in the civil service, to actually measure the person's competence to pass through there. But now I'm talking about maybe individuals who just finished grade 12. Is there any requirement to say you're supposed to have this number of years of experience, as a civil servant, or you're supposed to have this number of credits? What is the,
Well, the committee basically made recommendations.
Okay.
It gives the government options.
Okay.
So those options, based on what government has approved, MDI can start from the undergraduate. Well, it will still run its current programs.
Okay.
But this is becoming an additional mandate where it offers programs at the undergraduate level all the way to the doctorate level, or it starts from the postgraduate level. That's masters and PhDs.
Okay.
In either case, there is obviously going to be entry requirements, more or less the other entry requirements you found in other universities, like the University of the Gambia, 5 credits with a credit in English and maths, basically. But that depends on where the institution starts operating.
Yes, that is.
But the committee did not decide. It sits on the fence and
So
made those recommendations.
Okay. I think that's clear. So what will happen to the people that are already in the system? I mean, we understand there are people that just from grade 12, and they are injected into the system. So what will happen again? Are you going to encourage them to go back and enroll, or you still gonna let that go and start from those coming?
I don't think currently there are any grade 12s entering the system directly from grade 12. The entry requirement for the Gambia Civil Service is undergraduate degree. So that's your entry point to become a civil servant. Basically, what seems to be relevant is we still have a lot of undergraduates that require training at the master's level. We also have a lot of masters that require training maybe at the doctorate level. So these are areas that the transformation can also explore, at least at the postgraduate level. But there are recommendations from the committee to the government. It's the government's choice to make, depending on its financial muscle and other factors, to determine where MDI starts its operations.
So part of the recommendations, is there any recommendation to expand, as in infrastructure, the current infrastructure of MDI? Because it looks small to me as we speak. If we're looking forward to expanding its capacity, then in terms of infrastructure, that's also something that needs to be looked into.
Yes, infrastructure is one of the main recommendations from the committee. Even the existing infrastructure needs to be augmented to be able to serve it better. So if it has to have a new mandate, an additional mandate offering degree programs. Obviously, there are implications for infrastructure, and the committee was conscious of this, and it's part of the recommendations.
All right. Anything else that we need to know about the transformation?
Well, I think this is a highly important transformation. I would call it the most significant transformation because it has a direct bearing on the civil service, on the government's delivery mechanisms. If we have a world-class civil service, then we are likely to come up with policies and implement them that will benefit the country and would contribute to its socio-economic growth and development.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm also so happy that you decided to add the private sector. You're considering the private sector because obviously when there's growth in the private sector as well, you know, it will be beneficial to the public sector.
That's
but
right.
I'm looking forward. Ibrahima, are you going to enroll?
It's exciting.
You never know.
Yeah,
you might be the next deputy.
You
might
know.
be the next permanent secretary at the Ministry of Information.
Yeah, I think it's important.
Anything can happen.
As far as now, I mean, things are getting easier.
Yeah.
You know, one should look into upgrading oneself, which is very significant. It's key. You never know for the future.
You never know. All right. So I'm happy that this is happening gradually, that
Absolutely.
young people will now have options from UTG to MDI to GTTI. So somebody cannot say, I do not have somewhere to fit in.
I cannot,
yes,
well,
you
I
cannot
think,
say
in fact,
that.
upgrading MDI to this level, I think it will give us a very effective civil service,
Right.
which is very significant. That's a very good one.
It's
When I
happening
saw
in
it,
other
I was like,
countries,
wow.
and then it's working for them. They take it very seriously. You know, so I'm just hoping that the same will happen. And then as well as the decentralization, because in countries like Kenya, you see how people coming from far to just come because they have dormitories and all. But that's why I asked the question of, you know, the infrastructure, because all of those things matter. But anyway, time will tell. We'll get to follow this. And then we see that the ministry is very proactive to push for things. So if you continue with that momentum, hopefully we'll be able to realize this as soon as we can.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much. So we'll just go for a short break. And when we come back, Ibrahima, we'll be taking a look at this special security operation on illegal encroachment. We'll be joined by the PRO of the Gambia Police Force. Do stay.
Looking for the perfect place to promote your product or place your advert? Look no further than QTV. We are the premier destination for businesses looking to connect with Gambian audiences and beyond. At QTV, we offer a variety of advertising solutions to suit your needs and budget. With our diverse range of programming, you can be sure that your ad will reach a broad and engaged audience. From our popular news broadcast to our exciting music and entertainment programming, QTV has something for everyone. QTV, the premier destination for advertising in the Gambia. Contact us today and let us help you reach your audience. Banking the smart way with the new Aji Bank mobile app. Transfer money to any bank account in the Gambia. Top up airtime for all networks. Pay utility bills. Check your account balance and view mini statements. Request for ATM cards. Request for checkbooks and more in a single touch. So, do your banking in a smart way. Do your banking now with Aji Bank mobile app. Every time is banking time. Aji Bank, your investment partner. You asked for it, and QCell is giving it to you with our new and improved Sunyu Bundle Mega Promo. Now you can get more data at cheaper prices. Buy any of our bundle packages and enjoy massive discounts. Dial *303# and enjoy browsing on the network with the biggest coverage. Buy a 20 megabytes data bundle for as low as $7 and 50 bottles today, or purchase bigger bundles up to 20 gigabytes. Yes, that's right, 20 gigabytes of data at your fingertips. With our mega promo bundles, you can browse more, chat longer, and stay connected on the go, anytime, anywhere. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell. We innovate. Others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. Ibrahim, like I said before we went for the break, we'll be joined by the police PRO and...
You're supposed to have the personnel from any...
Yes. Oh, yeah, unfortunately, unfortunately, NRA, the representative for NRA, but unfortunately they cannot make it here. So we have the police PRO, obviously, who will also be able to help us with all the information. And on a later date, we will understand the perspective of the NRA. But I'm sure the perspective of the NRA is that of the Gambia Police Force, because they'll be working together to make sure that this special security operation
maybe we will talk to them.
Encroachment
We'll be able to talk to NRA when the operation is already.
Yeah, but PRO, I'm sure you have a committee, right? You must have a committee or a task force or something where you guys come together to make sure you have the same voice when it comes to this special security operation.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me, inviting me to this very important platform where we would exchange ideas and also inform the public, especially as far as security is concerned. Yes, indeed, that's the plan. This has been long overdue because it was planned for last month, but unfortunately, because of the incident, the certain incident, and the whole nation was concentrating on that, it needed that time to allow people to go through the grieving moment and all that. And now that we are at this stage where the investigation or the case is in court, now we would want to concentrate on the plan as it was planned. It was planned for end of month, last month, that it will be effective. And I think the same plan has been, mirrored or transformed to this month. The plan is that this is a stakeholder approach where all the stakeholders involved, the security, the ministries, the agencies, where when we talk about transportation, we talk about the road, when we talk about road safety, even the public is a stakeholder in this. The drivers, and we have a union, I guess, an association where transport union and all that are affected. So from our end, you must know that the Gambia Police Force is an institute of enforcement of the law. So all the laws within the country, the Gambia Police Force is responsible of enforcing that. When the regulatory bodies, like the ministries and other agencies, would come up with rules and regulations as per ways of trying to maintain safety and security, we would be involved in this to be able to see that those regulations are enforced. So in essence, we understand that the ministries, especially the agency that is the National Road Authority, would be responsible for so many regulatory matters. But where we come in is the press release has made it really very clear that encroachment on the road, because the road is divided, more or less divided into two main. You have the main tar road, where you have the vehicles plying and going in and out. And also we have space for the pedestrians, where people would walk in while they are going on their businesses. But what we do see happening here in the Gambia, and this is not the first time it's happening, there have been operations like this. Maybe we want to take a holistic approach this time to ensure that this is, there is a stop to this finally. And that we would also require the public to do this. And the business community, because you will realize that most of the people who encroach on the pedestrian area are business people. Either you are selling your nyebe akara on the road, sometimes it got to a level where you even have to install a stall there, which is permanent. That's where you come. And some you see people who have kind of welded something just to have there. Exactly, that is one. And sometimes you see people who are the tire men. The tire men would come into the pedestrian, the pavement, and also even the second-hand sellers and all that. But also even the legitimate business people who have their shops on the road, instead of keep it at the level where their shops ends, they will now encroach in onto the road. Okay, and all of this thing, what it does is the blockage. Because when people need where they need to pass in, they're not passing through that, then what would happen is they will have to divert on the road. And then there is that risk of what accident, blockage. And these are the things that is happening, and this is why these are the things that are happening rather, and this is why we see it is important with the coordination of the National Security Office from the Office of the President, that is a security concern. And also you can imagine when you're coming from, let's say, Mandina Babrikama, going to Banjul to work, how long it takes when you close work, sometimes you either close very early before the usual closing time, or you close very late to allow vehicles to go. What happens is the blockage on the road. It's not only on the pedestrian, but even people who parked in their vehicles. Parked, we know where vehicle can stop on the road, but when you say parked, there are places and positions where vehicles should be parked and where vehicles should not be parked.
Yes.
So all of this contribute to the blockage.
Yes, PRO, when you look at...
so Ibrahim, I'll just interrupt you there because the representative from the National
from
NRA,
okay.
with us, so we apologize. We already said that we will not have him in the studio, but lucky us, he's able to make it here. So we'll just go for a short break, and when we come back, he will also join us and then share his perspective on
the discussion. We'll be back.
Technology has always been at the forefront of our lives, and the way we use it has evolved drastically over the years. With the advent of 5G internet, we are entering a new era of technological innovation that promises to transform the way we live, work, and play. 5G internet is capable of providing data speeds up to 100 times faster than 4G, making it the ideal solution for streaming high-quality videos, playing online games, and downloading large files on the go. 5G internet is already transforming cities across the globe, powering smart cities, self-driving cars, and virtual reality experiences that were once thought impossible. 5G internet is also paving the way for Internet of Things, allowing for seamless connectivity between devices and the creation of a truly connected world. For the first time in the Gambia, QCell is bringing tomorrow's technology to you today with the launch of QCell 5G Internet. Get ready to experience the out-of-this-world wonders of QCell's 5G Internet. For more information, call 111. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Q Money is back again with an offer of a lifetime. You can now buy Sunyu Bundle data packages directly from your Q Money wallet for half the price. Get all Sunyu Bundle packages from 20 megabytes to 20 gigabytes and enjoy the biggest internet data discount in the market. Just dial *323# now, choose option 4 and start buying your favorite Sunyu Bundle package half the price only with Q Money. Pay less and stay connected with the most reliable internet service in the Gambia. For more information, call 133 Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. So Ibrahim, like I mentioned from the break, that we are now joined by a representative from the NRA, and he is Mr. Bakari Mane, who's a road safety engineer, because obviously, like PRO mentioned before we went for the break, it's a collective, there are different sectors that have a say when it comes to this issue. But my concern is that we'll just take the conversation from here. There was a time something like this was launched months ago at a time. I can remember we decided to even cover it live. We had representatives from the Gambia Police Force, from the top cadre,
from NRA,
everywhere. They did this operation, and then it was launched. It was a thing, okay? And then at some point, it had a name different from this one. I can't remember.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, it stopped. We didn't see it anymore. So it was just one time for the cameras, and then we didn't see it.
I think...
So that's my problem. There's just where we'll start with, because this is not new. There's not much explanation that needs to be done as to what you're trying to achieve, because we already know. So my problem is, it's continuity, Mr. Mane, and the stance of the NRA when it comes to ensuring that this continues and, the changes we seek happen, because we are tired of the cameras.
Well, I mean, just to add on that, I can remember when the former PRO, during his time, it was Lamin Jai.
It was Lamin Jai's time.
Yeah, exactly. I asked him, I said, how sustainable is this, Mr. Jai? He said to me, well, we are on it, and, don't be surprised, you will see a lot of things happening. I think from that day to now, we've not seen anything happening. The thing is, I think those that are encroaching now on the main road, they understand, okay, they will just do this for a week.
And that's it.
And after that, they won't do anything again. Let's wait for them. So on that note, Mr. Mane, please, can you take us through what happened?
Thank you very much, and my apologies for coming late to the program. I was just been informed today, just now, just a couple of minutes ago, that I supposed to be in this program.
Sorry about that.
Yes, so I had to rush some the traffic coming from.
Yeah, we're happy you made it.
Yes, thank you for having me today. Sisayo, my congratulations to you on your new post. Yes, like you said, the operation was, we were having this operation some years ago, not even months ago.
Months ago?
Operation Clyde Roots.
Yes.
It's
was
more
it
than,
years ago?
It's more than, it's years. Yeah.
Really?
I can remember when they cleared Brikama.
Oh my God, time flies. That's like months ago to me.
We started in 2001, and that was years ago.
2001? No, I'm not.
2021.
Okay, 2021.
When they started.
Okay, when they started.
Yes,
okay.
when they started.
And we started in Brikama.
Yeah.
I can remember that.
That was 2021.
Brikama,
Wow.
then the main Costa Road.
I can remember that.
Yeah, it was live on TV.
Yes, so Costa Road, the purpose for us hitting on that road was because it was full of derelict vehicles and garages, and the road was about to be constructed. That is new OIC.
Right.
So the clearing of that one even had both the NRA and the contractor to get to the work. But actually, it was lodged to the Inspector General of Police. Though NRA, we are the custodians of our roads in this country, and the road corridor, of course, it's our responsibility to manage and maintain the road corridor. But why police taking the lead? Because that is also their purview, security, whatever, how do you call it? Enforcement. They have to enforce it. The law is police that has to enforce it. So it was a task force. Even the transport union was part of it. All the councils, because the time we were launching it, we did not want to start this, and whereby we'll go, contradiction will come, and they will be saying, council was the one who gave me this, or physical planning gave us this. So we are all part of it. So that we'll have it smoothly running, and it was very smoothly when we started.
Okay, but why didn't it continue?
Yes, what happened is, like I said, the coordination that is from the police, the Inspector General of Police, is the entire government work that is to make sure our roads are being cleared and clear continuity. In fact, I remember when we were clearing, and the IGP used to tell the regional commissioners, anywhere they've been, when they clear, is the regional commissioner's responsibility to make sure that portion or that area remains being cleared, and so that people will not come back.
But how empowered are those people to make sure that that continues at the end of the day? Because it didn't, and nothing came out of it.
Well, yes, Jay, I agreed. Continuity maintenance, actually, that is Gambia's problem. Not only on entirely this program, but maintenance and continuity, yes, questionable. And each time we go on platform, these are the things that we felt difficult, but that might be beyond me or so.
Okay.
But what I can make very clear is beautiful we clear our roads. It's beautiful we maintain where we clear, and people must understand. Yes, my role or my department responsibility is to build roads, so make communication here and there, point A and point B, easier. But it's also your responsibility, you as another department or an individual, not to occupy that easement that we call easement, that is the road corridor, for people to, everyone, we all have a take there. So coming up on this one is beautiful. We continue. We hope and pray this time will stay forever.
Yeah, but okay, quick question before we go back to PRO, time is almost up. Can you clearly, on this program, tell us the mandate of the Gambia Road, the Road Authority? Because, Gambians are kind of somewhat confused, because sometimes you hear them say, oh, Lee Road Authority. They're like, oh, it's not Road Authority. Like, Road Authority's name comes up a lot of times because there's this confusion or misunderstanding when it comes to the role of NRA,
I believe that is where our visibility is lacking.
Exactly.
We need to
Do you have a communication analyst?
We had a communication officer who, went off, and last week we hired a new communication officer. I believe very soon we will be sharing his information with you, so that each time you need information from NRA, make life easier for you to pick it up. And generally, the Gambian people is their right to know, like you said, what is our responsibility. Somebody coming on the road want to occupy a business or so, you go to council to say, council, give me this. Council has no right on the road corridor.
They don't know that.
Yes. So each time I go on run with my people, our enforcement unit, that is the road safety, if we found certain business that are, we call obstructive to the traffic, we ask you whether you have a certified document that that permits you to be there, because it should be the National Roads Authority. That's where you're supposed to obtain that document. The road corridor, when we say road corridor, is outside fence to fence. Anything that you say that easement, that is public easement. Anything that you said seen belongs to the National Roads Authority. We manage it. So if you found wanting or illegally being occupied that place, of course, we use our partners, the police, because they are the law enforcers. We go with them and take you out.
But don't you think in that instant, council more original responsibility?
For?
Because then they them council jox len ñu occupy.
According to them, yes.
According to them. Conte council tamit.
Well,
relationship with council smooth na.
Sometimes you even realize what they are saying is contradictory. When you ask them to produce, they have nothing to produce. Sometimes it is verbally from the individual and some people at the council, but no one will give you any document for
Mr. Mane, I think there should be a roundtable discussion between you and the council now. You should sit together. You never know, maybe there is someone at the council who is just giving them the place verbally. You never know. I think there should be a discussion.
The councils have nañ seen rule.
Maybe
no, they know.
You think so?
Because officially they know. Officially they know. I'm not saying
because NRA, pour ma wax la ko for free. Gambians dañ confused about the seen rule. Dañ confused de leeru leen de. So gisee ma la man xam naa seen rule. Waaye xam nga kii di seetaan xamut seen rule. Te mun naa la confirmal ne Gambians dañ confused about yeen seen rule.
We promise we'll come all out to clear those doubts and to make people understand our rules and what people who normally occupied whatsoever, that where they should come to, that is the National Roads Authority in ensuring and easement, people movement on the road corridor is.
Man, sometimes I'm against it. I'm leen dey yërem sax comme NRA wax yiñ leen dey wax ci mbedd.
Well, we'll check it because you know, of course, like you said, it's true. There was a time I even had to come up to the bank. The moment I parked this lady coming from there, yo, man, you know, so I took it. I took it because he was saying all kind of things also.
Because it's important. Public relations is very important for government institutions. Because all this mistrust, all these misconceptions, you have to utilize, you know, public relations.
We will come all out.
You should.
And do
this Gambia Police Force. I think Gambia Police Force.
No.
Gambia Police Force.
Well, Sister had to take me through.
Wow.
Aside from encouraging on the road, even the issue of sleeping, zebra crossing. It's a problem. I think those are things that should also be addressed. People don't know how to cross, you know, where to stop. Vehicles don't know all those things. I think these are things that people
sensitize know. Yes, we need to sensitize more on public about our infrastructure. Like you said, there was a time we were painting at they putting the zebra crossing at Abuko, that petrol station. You know, there's an Arab school and the other government school. You know, so the driver was coming, and the driver was even helping the apprentice whilst we were painting. He didn't even realize the kids were crossing. He had to knock these kids and been dragging with it. But he didn't even know what he has done because he was also being, you know, the apprentice who calling for customers or so, passengers and so. So, and they asked, what are you doing? Why are you wasting our paint on the road? you know,
because
musu ñoo xam tamit tali bi dañ ko rafetal
pour ñoom loolu rafetal rek la
so we had to pack
them
and no, but we are doing sensitization is continuous. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's a continuous process, you know. You know, so
quickly,
I hope the Gambia Police Force will make sure, I mean, all these things are implemented and, you know, people abide by the law.
Yes, thank you very much. And I think this is very important. Having to have my brother here with us, I think this is a discussion long overdue, wherein the stakeholders would actually find time to communicate within themselves and also to the public. Coming to the police, like he mentioned, our role is very specific. It's the enforcement of those laws, those regulations. And just to add on, one thing that he did say is that we are aware what I would call the pedestrian. Everybody knows that this place is no place for selling or whatever. We know that's where people pass. So anybody who is encroaching on that, nobody will give you a permit or a certificate to come there and build your installation to sell or to do your business. That's just obvious. Coming to our concern as far as police is concerned is to ensure there is safety, road safety, as they are, and also the security, because at the end of the day, what it leads to is what? Accidents. You understand? So the blockage on the road, all that leads to that. And by extension, you know, it affects us, the people, the ordinary people on the road going on their businesses and all that. And we also have to understand, yes, like you said, people may not know where they should stop and shouldn't stop drivers. I think that is on drivers, because as a driver, as a professional driver, you need to go through those training and all that. And it's important to know.
The license. Anyway, we will get back to that. We have a colleague. Is he on the line? So we have our colleague Alaji A.F. Jallo. He's our regional correspondent for Upper River region. So we are aware that a serious accident happened in Upper River region, and Alaji A.F. Jallo will be updating us in relation to. We're not sure yet if it was fatal or not. First of all, that is what we want to ascertain. Alaji, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you, Geneva.
So Alaji, can you take us through the seriousness of this accident? Was it fatal?
Yes, thank you, Geneva. Actually, the accident was a fatal one. It was a fatal accident. It happens around 2000 hours in the evening. When they gave me a telephone call that an accident happened in around the Kerawan Road in North Bank of URA. What happened actually is a vehicle that was coming from this weekly Lumo market in Saringa. You know, Saringa, every Monday there used to be this weekly market Lumo. Whilst they were coming back home from the market, they met up with a truck, according to the eyewitness that I spoke to, and in fact a victim that was part of this very accident that you have just seen. The vehicles were coming from the opposite side. The eyewitness said the vehicle that was coming from Basse and they were coming from Saringa, you know, had this big light on, this full light on them, and eventually he could find it difficult to see on the road. But what really made it fatal, the truck that was coming from the opposite side, you know, the tire burst. When the tire burst, according to eyewitness, so he lost control of his wheel, eventually hit this very vehicle that you have seen, loaded with materials, with luggages. The luggages that you have seen in that vehicle are the materials that the customers or the vendors that went to the Lumo market went with. So eventually, that vehicle miscontrol hit this very vehicle. That was when some of the casualties had to fall from the vehicle. One of the person that died is a grade 7 student who fell on the vehicle. According to the eyewitness, that the truck ran over that small girl and eventually died at spot. So that was what has happened at the North Bank of the region. So I was able to go to the hospital to check what actually happened. If you can see on your screen, so that was when they were transporting the victims at the hospital. most of the victims that were transported to the hospital were all referred to Bansang Referral Hospital because they could not manage them at the hospital here.
Yeah, we are sending our condolences to the family of that little girl. It's a very sad situation there. But around the area that this accident happened, is it an accident-prone area? Like, is it an area where, you know, accidents have happened number of times?
Absolutely, Janaba. That area is an accident-prone area. In fact, I can recall I have reported 3 accident cases in this because the newly constructed road in Kerewan. No, I have reported 3 cases of accident. So it's an accident-prone area, and all these accidents that have been happening there are all fatal. The first one that happened here, there were lots of lives that were lost. So this one again, a similar thing. So obviously, the road is an accident-prone area. The other thing, Janaba, which is very important, is most of the time, I've also observed the vehicles that go to this weekly Lugo market, most of these vehicles are overloaded. They load their goods in the vehicle, you can see the vehicle, and climb on top of the vehicles, ply the roads to this weekly market. So sometimes the vehicles are not in good shape, they are not in good condition. You look at the tires are all worn out. So it's, the people are taking the risk, and it's dangerous. The roads in Kerewan, actually, they are accident-prone areas.
Yeah, but thank you so much, Alaji. We do not have a lot of time, but just maybe quickly, is there any important issue surrounding the circumstances of this accident that you want to put across?
Yeah, of course. I wanted to address this because one time we looked at the police. The police need to address some of these issues because these vehicles are plying the roads, and the police, they have their checkpoints on the road. So if such things that are seen and they allow them to pass to go to do their activities without warning or even stopping some of these activities, these are some of the things that are going to happen. So if we prevent it happen, it's better than allow it to happen before we take action. So these are some of the things that that cause some of these fatalities when accidents. Presently in URL, there are a lot of accident cases here. Accidents are claiming a lot of life in this region. So I think it's important for the authorities to step in and do something about it.
Yeah, but thank you so much, Alaji, for the amazing work that you're doing in URR, always responding swiftly to issues like this. But thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Janaba.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so
yes,
PRO, she's talking about checkpoints, mounted in different areas in URR there, and they see the conditions of these vehicles. They see the behavior even of the drivers, and then they allow it to pass.
I've been in Basse for almost 5 years postings, but I mean I've been seeing this lorries been packed with people going to Lumos. We were there, Sisao. You are also an eyewitness. I think you've been seeing all these Lumo vehicles. For me, at some point I thought this is normal because they've been passing checkpoints going to Sarengai, the Brikama bar. So I thought it was normal to overload them like that.
Yeah, and also the fact that even police officers are involving in accidents as such as well. Just last week one happened. So all of those things, it's the police themselves, it's the normal citizens themselves, so it's just affecting everyone as we speak.
Yes, like you mentioned, and especially from the report, nothing that happened in such a way that we would say it's something that is normal, it is acceptable. Overloading is not acceptable anywhere. And it's part of our responsibility to ensure safety. And part of that safety is to ensure that the vehicle, the requirement of the vehicle itself is in good shape. Secondly, to ensure that the vehicle actually accommodates the number of people that is required to accommodate. Because beyond that, anything that happened, it could lead to issues like this. He is right of the fact that there has been a lot reported even from our end, from Basse. Recently, just during the weekend, our police officer, one of our officers on the checkpoint road was knocked down and it was fatal. He died. So you can imagine how much. So there's a lot of things happening, not just only the police. There's a lot of things involved in this, like he was saying. The approach is that we should come together as a nation and try to build our country. There are some issues that not only the police can do, but the police, the transport union, and every member of the community together, because these are owners of vehicles, you know, and most importantly, there are people who are utilizing this vehicle for their businesses and all that. Their life is important. So having to sacrifice themselves within such kind of things, the ones that we are seeing here, having to load a vehicle up to the brim, and on top of that, you are up there. If there is any friction or contact, the possibility of you just falling off is very high, and as a result, that's what we saw happen. He said after the knock or the encounter, then you have a child or grade 7?
Grade 7.
Yeah, grade
who
7.
fell off, and the vehicle ran over her, and that led to it. So that's terrible. So what we are trying to say is, yes, we would accept that these are happening. You and I both seen so many things around this in Basse. The way forward is to come together as a nation, all stakeholders, drivers, police officers, and even the public. That the vehicle that you are loading or boarding on is important, you know. It's not only the ones going on Luno, but even here, you can see even football, gele-geles. You see everybody is full onto the top.
Ak apparente yi nga xam nga li ma jaaxal benn moto am ñetti apparente ñii di ngoyaalu ñii di li man dëkk li problème bi.
This is something that has been addressed on the road. Man suma dem when I'm on my way going, I would see somebody just climbing behind, holding something. I would stop my vehicle and run after the driver. I said, "Balion." He said, how can you say Yeguloko? You are on the vehicle. You are driving.
Come def ko nag di enjoy.
So this is, I think, as a nation, we have to change. Because is that we have to really be realistic to ourselves. We know it's difficult, but we have to do things right. That's the only way that all of this thing is going to stop. But
why police checkpoints is sometimes nit roma nga xamne amul lay tam nga yeen tamit ku wax leli.
No. amut light
da ngeen di leer police officer bu taxaw leer na ko nañ ne kii seetom bi def na ni baaxut kii lampaam bi amul lampa yéen def checkpoint lañ dee romba ñi yëpp dañ dee romba checkpoint
nga gis koo xam ne full light la laa dóor
waaw
full light
police xam naa ne meeting na si seen ende waaye yéen tam foog ngeen bokkul op
no xam naa ne everybody has at least nu munti mel ñun yëpp si lañ bokk everybody okay police yi du ma taxaw fii wax ne police are perfect you understand yes we have our shortcomings I agree we will and we are doing everything possible and this is why it's one of the reform agenda of the Inspector General of Police. Recently we working on the highway patrol. From now on, the last time, which we feel is going to be very important. The moment we have those things happening, then we'll have police officers on the road as vehicles are going to be able to see some of these things happening.
Okay.
Yes, and hopefully with you guys helping us in the sensitization, because you are playing a very important role, because it's important for the public to get to understand and know what's happening. Because this, at the end of the day, is not what we want to see. We don't want to see our brothers and sisters dying out of carelessness and recklessness.
So quickly, I think we have just 2 minutes to go. So Mr. Mane, mu ngi wax naan comme road bi dafa accident prone. Te yow road safety engineer. Comme lan moo dee cause loolu noonu? Because mu ngi wax ne is the newly constructed road bi nekk Kerewan noonu. Lan moo dee nekk issue bi ba nga xam ne there's a specific point boo xam ne accident dafa dee mën a am nga loolu daf dee am. Comme nga gis benn yoon bi all the time accident dafa dee am bi nga xam ne dañ dee ñëw mujjee wax ne sa dafa am du faan rabak yooyu yëpp honestly story yooyu yëpp def nañ ko fi QTV am na benn yoon bu ñu reportoon ne xaw ma raba fa nekka sooy dawal daf laa feeñu also I don't know nga man I don't believe in those things but then am na just road yi nga xam ne su du jëfi rab bi sax accident dafa lee am all the time
professionally there's no rab on the road. So people are just saying, conveniently, lulen fe borek lola nyofel. And there is this multi factors regarding to accident. An area that is being observed as an accident-prone zone.
Exactly.
There are a lot of examination that needs to be done for us to come up with an answer to say this is the actual thing. But one thing I'm going to tell you is a road needs to be safe. If the road is safe, vehicles are not safe, there's a problem.
Wow, so vehicle be dafa wara regle, road be regle.
Yes.
Because ki mong la wane tire yi ni, you market lañ de baaxuñ sax.
If from a study, if you found out that the road is a safe road, and the vehicle flying are safe vehicles, attitude has to be checked. So now that is the behavior of both the road users pedestrians and the drivers itself. Okay. Now, what we are seeing here, these vehicles are not safe.
No, they are not roadworthy.
Because they are not roadworthy. But it says the factor that lead to the accident. That's the
one of the tires.
Wow. So
and you can see this one is a dead vehicle, a dead truck. So the road, that is one of the challenges, and that's why it's important, like what you said. The sensitization from our end has to be very, very strong and aggressive. Each time.
Yeah,
let's look at this.
In fact, the body is not, doesn't look strong.
So each time there's this common accident or road crash on a particular section, we say, NRA, send you on Bidal Munye.
Wow.
Why the thing is, when there are potholes and whatsoever, you call us to fix it. So fatal accident only occurred on a very smooth and perfect road.
Okay.
So what I'm saying here is that is a newly constructed.
Wow.
It's very easy to drive on.
Wow.
You overspeed. One of the lead crashes is overspeeding. So if your vehicle is not good, you've seen other better vehicles speeding, you also speed. When there's this emergency happening or whereby you need to stop, you cannot stop.
Yeah.
And it leads to this.
So final question goes to the PRO due to time. Naki siko bida mabuka sanga wako local language because Mary complain nañ oncle yi wax nañ ñepp wax nañ naki nekk ci ko talibi interview won nañ PRO bu génna naka la tuddaati kii Lamine naka lan mooy woon soo néemam bi déedéet beneen bi balaa moom kii PRO bi waay Dabo interview won nañ ko dem nañ laaj nit ñi génna nañ wax ne waaw borom nag bi bala dafa def something cause xawma dafa leen def spell or something.
Mota NRA ñemewu ñoo génne nagi si yoon bi police ñemewu ñoo laal nagi
army bi ñu ne duñ laal nagi
loolu yan façon nag la
so yéen nag yéen a jël oath bi dem leen ngeen sacrifice ngeen dajale nagi wala armed forces ñoom ñooy li fi nii ñoo ñu war a protect
kenn ñemewu ta laal
nañ sànni seen li fi nii ñu dem jël nagi dajale la because PRO confirm na to us ne dégg nañ about spell bi or whatever bu boromam def confirm na ko according to loolu camera story mu ñëwaat nañu police yi nangu nañ ne dañoo dajale nag yi teg leen benn place waaye ba léegi gisuñ kenn ku laal nag yi daal nit ñi ñëpp ragal nag yi man mënu maa understand
PRO loolu naka la fa demee
kenn mu ne du laal nag yi kenn su laalul nag yi duñ fa jógee so armed forces police soo leen ko mënta handle rek
nag yi de ku ko laal mooy problème
bi armed forces ñu dem wala inspecteur général mu liit ñu man xaw ma ni wala NRA def dara parce que road safety engineer la
waaw jërëjëf si laajte boobu noonu gis naa ne laajte bi yàgg na te ñu ngi ko gis si kaw yoon bi te especially on the new road, especially in the Gambia road, we've been seeing. And I think, come no ko there was almost a month ago, there was a press release from our office, Office of the Inspector General of Police. The one keep ko hamne amna alel straight animals they're working on to see how best. Keep ko hamne work. Keep ko hamne amna alel that's the first responsibility of the individual.
It's not leaving anymore.
On the individual, that is one. Two. The next step to that, I cannot comment on that, what actually we are doing, but like you said, it's important because it's risky on the road, and I think I will have to actually also follow up on this. And
we should follow up there because PRO bu génn daf ñu ne woon ne dañoo jël nag yi dajale ma ne leen ne maybe ñu ne tamit buñ dajalee nag yi dara su leen fa joti dëkk bi daal nañ jigéen na nit ñi because somebody has to take responsibility xaw ma ñan la
well
it's a critical one.
Jema
waxal ñu tëj programme bi benn yoon.
Well, if maybe is the approach that we are taking. Yes, there are a lot of talks that are surrounding about this next. Man, I don't believe in such, right? Maybe the approach changes in approach because these are obstructions on our roads. And obstructions also, I mean, they've been spelled out somewhere in our laws to say when this obstruction come, So, yes, police supposed to are the institution responsible to enforce on the ground to make sure the obstructions are away from the. And this is beyond the police. We will help. Everyone will help them, including you yourself. Yes, we all have to come and help. Well, that is your own help.
Wow.
Now, what we gathered is we've gone far. I understand there was a meeting the Security Council concerned about this Nagi, and all stakeholders were present, and they're working on the deadline, and government had to provide a space where this nuts, because we are protecting them. We are not stealing them.
Okay.
So the spell will not come to us.
Because
they spell.
No, you said. No, I had it from you. You said spell. So the spell will not. So we're still working on that to save them, to have them in a safe place.
We can gis nak defal ni nga
No, we did not say that.
But anyway, def nañ story bi te confirm nañ ko fofu nonu. But anyway, comme ni ko waxe professionally lañ ko def.
Professionally.
So nagi so len
because there's an association at the livestock which is called the Farmers Association or whatever.
Def nañ press release.
Yes, so we're working on them, the NRA, the police and the Farmers Association of this Nagi is for their safety. Because moto yi bulen nugget nagi da yon there, maybe people also
Nagi musuñ leen a
it's everyone's responsibility. All work towards that ñu génne ko.
Waaw may ko benn kaddu rek ñu tëj. Waaw baala leen ñu benn rek.
Mooy ne nit ñi pour ñu xam ne by the end of this month enforcement of this would take place. So it's important
road clearing,
ñu am loo xam ne mu ngi si kaw yoon work towards removing yooyu balaa ñu leen faa fekk.
And people have been calling me. People have been calling me.
Da nga gis ñu romba ñu accident am ñu laal ndini mbaam bay ko ci yoon bi waaye nag yi musu ñoo dégga fuñ laalee nag yi.
People have been asking me about this road clearing. The road clearing will start, and this time we hope it will stay forever. And the people that are out there, we are not victimizing, and we are not here against the vendors. Because those are the people that always cry to say ñu ñoo génne fii, and it's not about them. It's about
their
the
own safety.
Well. You cannot be selling on a highway, a footpath on a highway.
True.
When the driver loses control, what will happen?
Yeah,
so this is for the safety of the general public, and also we have a ease movement from our road corridor.
But anyway, the family
very
time
soon we're working on the logistic and the modalities.
But time na be pare. But Piaro, thank you so much, and Mr. Mane, thank you so much. It was an amazing conversation. Looking forward to when the roads will be clear, including the animals we see there. So till you come your way tomorrow with another interesting program, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye-bye.